According to the Chinese calendar, Chang Koi-hwa was born on the 2nd of April 1934. He was the third son to Tet and Yi and little brother to Yik. His home ha is the Chan village of Tongyou-gong in Goryeo, Silheng, China. He continued his studies all the way to high school. At the age of 16, Gung left China on a slow boat to Australia, which took 4 weeks, arriving on July 30, 1950. As we know, we Chinese get confused with back-to-front surnames and first names. He registered his name as Chan Hwa Gay, so for a while the family had the surname as Gay. This led to confusion for the rest of their lives. Our poor mother has had to endure all the admin mix-ups with his name going from Chan Gay Hwa to Gay Hwa Chan to Henry Chan and then Henry Gay Hwa Chan and finally Hwa Chan. He also got a new birth date. On his official records, his new birth date is today, 3rd of September, and now was born in 1937. Gung worked hard from 1950 to 1960 as he was working at his uncle's market garden during the day and studied English at night. He was saving money and sending it back home to his mother and brother. In his downtime, he would like to go fishing. In 1961, Gung was set up on a blind date with our popo, Lillian Lee. They dated for 2 years and got married on the 13th of October 1963 at Crown Street Church in Surrey Hills. Their reception was Hingara Restaurant in Chinatown. They had their honeymoon in the Gold Coast.
A year after their wedding, they went to Goulburn to open up a Chinese restaurant. They were living in a share house with an Irish lady. That's where Gung got his breakfast habits of peanut butter toast, porridge and cereal like Weet Bix and cornflakes, something he ate for the rest of his life. In 1965, their first daughter Colleen was born. They stayed in Goulburn for the next 3 years before moving to Castle Hill. In 1968, daughter number 2, our mum Evelyn or Mei was born.
In 1969, Gung and Popo opened up Wale restaurants. It was so 1970s glamour with its velour pattern wallpaper, orange chairs and green carpets. It was very busy as it was the first Chinese restaurant in the area. The locals were excited for beef and black bean and honey prawns and fried rice. Soon after, in 1972, our Yi Ming was born. Much to Gung's dismay, she was daughter number 3 and not son number 1. They had already moved into their second house with the red brick and the super steep driveway. The sisters have fond memories of that time with the family's cream-coloured V8 Kingswood station wagon. They drove to Queensland where the girls slept in the wagon, no seatbelts required. They leased out Wale Restaurant and Gung semi-retired in 1980. During that time, the family moved to their third house in Castle Hill. For the next 10 years, Gung helped his brother's family migrate from Hung Ha, China. There was Uncle Yik and his wife and their 6 children. The younger ones went to school and the older ones, he trained them all how to cook and run a restaurant. Gung also took time travelling with his mates around Europe and America. He also went to rural New South Wales and opened Chinese cafes on his own. In 1990, Gung started working at Tai Loi as a manager for the Goryeo community. This was a significant part of Gung's working life. Here was a China boy who was travelling a lot as well as attending lots of functions and meeting lots of community members, and even a Prime Minister. In 1993, they moved out from northwestern suburbia to be closer to the city. In 1995, Gung gave his daughter, our mum, Evelyn, away to our dad, Stephen. It happened to be at the same church that Gung and Popo were married in. In 1999, Gung retired from Tai Loi, and his first grandson, Mi, was born. Over the next 11 years, he became a Gung to us. A, B, C, D, Aiden, Bianca, Caleb and Danielle.
Gung and Popo then travelled the world with their many friends. They visited lots of places and took many photos next to important statues. In his last couple of years, Gung happily played mahjong with us, my parents, myself and Auntie Susie, even though we were unskilled and inexperienced. The family would venture out for special occasions with dinners of seafood and eating our usual menu. We spent time with Gung taking him on picnics, day trips on the metro, walks to the fish market and just eating all his favourite foods, fish and chips, ham and pineapple pizza, and steak. Friday night was Friday 30. After a few stints in hospital for his ongoing old people issues, Gung Gung had a fall, and after less than a week at RPA, he left us on Friday 22nd of August. We would like to thank the staff at RPA and his GP, Dr. Eric Chan, for looking after Gung Gung and their dedication to making him comfortable. Rest in peace, Gung Gung, much loved and missed by all the family and lifelong friends.